Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Scamfish presented by socialcatfish.com. On today's episode, we speak to a woman named Tracy. Tracy is from Texas and fell in love with a man online who claimed his name was Alex Hobbs. After sending Alex thousands of dollars, Tracy is starting to have doubts about Alex being who he claims to be. Real quick guys, we work really hard on these videos and could really use your help. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps these videos get more exposure. Your comment and like could help stop someone from being scammed. Thanks everyone. Now let's jump into it.
I've been in a relationship with an online man for just over a year now. I wasn't looking. I was playing words with friends. He said hello and I said hello and it just started from there. He wanted to go out to hangouts, which I had never been on. So he told me how to do that. I believed he was an engineer on an oil rig off the shore of Germany. The comments started, that he liked me and, I was nice and sent him a picture and, oh, you're so pretty. And he sent me a picture of him and we talked all the time, several times a day. This went on for several months, decided we wanted to be together. So he was going to get his paperwork together so that he could come home, but he didn't have what he called a deployment paper. He had to take his paperwork to the UN. And the UN said that a new deployment paper would be $1,500. I think that was when I sent $700 cash. And it ended up being to a third party here in the United States in Virginia. So he needed SIM cards for mainly phone calls. But then there's an explosion on the oil rig and he can't get to the doctor. And, the pirates are attacking their boats coming back into Germany. And all the things that went on. And so then he needed money for another plane ticket. And I think that's when I sent another $600 to this Angelise in Virginia. I'm trying to get away, but just can't because my husband doesn't know what this is going on. I don't know why my husband married me. There has never been any romance in our marriage. There's no affection. There's hardly any talking. I kind of feel like his maid. Don't know why I've stayed, but I have. Neither one of us can afford to live by ourselves. We kind of need each other as far as being able to have a house over, a roof over our heads. Neither one of us could afford to live by ourselves these days with just our Social Security incomes. In fact, I'm getting a part-time job to help make ends meet. So. Actually kind of funny. I'm sitting here at McDonald's and this is where I'm getting hired. I go to orientation tonight, so kind of funny. I received 2 refund insurance checks. So that gave me the money to send to him. Otherwise, I wouldn't have had that kind of money. I don't have that kind of money. So I wouldn't have even been able to have sent that. But all of a sudden it's like, oh, well, here's some money I can send him. I have run across his photo on LinkedIn. It was a different name. It was Tom Guzman. I asked Alex about it. He said that his photo was stolen and being used. The next time I went into LinkedIn to Tom Guzman, the photo had changed and the name had changed. But my message to Tom Guzman asking him to contact me was still there, but it was under a different photo and different name. There's so many times I think, yeah, right. Do you think I'm stupid? But yet I can't end it. I don't know why. I get so mad at him and so pissed, but yet in a couple of days, I'm right back to wanting to be with him. I'm reaching out to Social Catfish just to see if you're able to find out who this guy really is. I can't let him go. because I fell so hard for him. He still says things and sweet things to me. I mean, the last message I got from him was, "I miss you, baby." I guess I need you to say the pictures of the guy that you think you're talking with. Not him. I need somebody to tell me that. I don't know how I'm going to get over. It's really taken effect on me.
After receiving this video from Tracy, our team started to investigate Alex Hobbs. We used our tools on our site, socialcatfish.com, and found everything we needed. It was time to meet with Tracy and tell her what we learned. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, guys. Let's get into it.
Hi, Tracy. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thanks.
Good. I'm really excited that you're here today. I think there were a lot of things in your case that we can review that will help our viewers. And also, I think it takes a lot of courage, but I'm also really glad that you're willing to do it because you've done something great today.
Thank you.
The first thing I want to discuss with you a little bit is about Steam cards. Can you tell me some of the things that he was asking for in regard to Steam cards?
Well, he needed money for medication for his stomach ulcer.
One thing we can learn from gift cards in general is they are only good for the platform they are on. So Steam cards are a gaming card and they can only be used for gaming. They can't be used for medication, they can't be used to pay bills, they can't be used for phone minutes or anything like that. The second thing that I wanted to talk a little bit was about this third party. You sent cash in the mail to this third party.
Yes.
And what was this cash supposed to be for?
He had to submit papers to return home, and he said that he couldn't find his deployment paper. And I questioned him about that word deployment because that was for military use. And, he gave me some excuse. Well, we just use that too, and
Right.
because the deployment paper, a duplicate was $1,500.
Okay, so this third party, was this supposed to be someone in the office of deployment? Is that right?
No, this was just some guy in Virginia. I sent it to his house.
All right, let me tell you a little something about sending cash in the mail. When you send cash to anyone that you do not know, should be deemed suspicious, and 99.99% money laundering. One of the things that did impress me about you, Tracy, is that you did do some due diligence, trying to figure out, okay, this is a correspondence from the UN, and you contacted the UN, and what was their response to you?
They said that they have nothing to do with the return of contract workers back to the United States, so that this was a scam.
Right. One of the clever things that this scammer did in this case, claiming to be the UN, was he used an email address ending in USA.com. One of the things that we know about USA.com, and if you go to their site, it is very clear, they put a disclaimer. Emails ending in USA.com are generic extensions, and they do not mean they originate in the US. It's a free email provider. And scammers often use it when they are masquerading as a customs agent, an FBI agent, or other agencies, in this case the UN. But those agencies have different extensions. The UN, as we saw from your email you received, is .org. Government is always .gov. Those kind of things are things that slip our view when we are in this, because USA, okay, that sounds right. As part of your own research, Tracy, you ran the images on our site and you found some fake profiles with the image that you had. Is that correct?
Yes, I found 2 different names, 3 different sites. I first found Tom Guzman in LinkedIn, and when I questioned him about that, he said that this Tom Guzman had stolen his photo.
So what you were really discovering is that this image was used everywhere. You met him on Words with Friends.
Yes.
There are fake profiles on Twitter. There are fake profiles on LinkedIn. It used to be that romance scammers would use dating profiles only, but that's not true anymore. If they can find a victim without paying any money or setting up an extensive profile, making it simple, they will. LinkedIn's profile is, this is to help someone with business, to get their name out there. So that feels real legitimate, and it feels like, oh, okay, I can trust this site. LinkedIn is a reputable site, but the scammers are using it in this way. It's not uncommon for a scammer to insist that he is the person in the photo, someone else has stolen it, it's really theirs. They'll never stop trying to legitimize themselves as a real person in your eyes. No matter how it sounds, they convince you. They're very good at that. You shared with me a video with him, Alex Hobbs, speaking in German, is that right?
I'm assuming so. I tried to get it translated. I put it on translation apps and nothing really came back. I tried just putting it on general. I tried German. I tried Dutch. Nothing really translated into something worth listening to. It was all garble, and it certainly didn't say what he said he was saying to me.
Hallo ihr Lieben, ich bin in Delft, in der Stadt von Jan Vermeer angekommen. Hier ist eine große Ausstellung von Piet de Hoop, meinem zweitliebsten Maler. Da war ich gerade drin und es war unglaublich.
Okay, I'm going to tell you what we really found out about that video and what we found out about the real person in the photo. The real man's name is Dr. Andreas Britz. He is a German dermatologist. He has a LinkedIn profile that's legitimate. He has a website of his company. He has YouTube videos where he's discussing. And so this video where he's speaking German.
Hallo ihr Lieben, ich bin in Delft, in der Stadt von Jan Vermeer angekommen.
Of course it's German because it's Dr. Britz and he is a German person.
You know, when you've got that heartstring pulling, it's just hard. You just can't stop. And he at one time said, you know, it was in the beginning when I was really mad for him and everything, and that he says, you're addicted to me. And I am. I'm addicted to him. But yet then the sheriff's office, the deputy said, you know, do not contact us. We will contact you. Well, this has been months ago, and they've never contacted me back.
Right. And police have a difficult part in this because police are leg men. When you have something that is happening on a computer, they don't always have the resources to do it, but other people do. And things are changing, report it so that they know that they're aware that these things are happening. And if people do that, then there may be a time when they can increase their tools and ways to be able to help a little more. We here at Social Catfish, we do a lot of things. We advocate, we educate, and one of the most important things we do is create awareness. We try to help people understand how they work so that these scams won't happen again, but we can only do so much. So as the injured party, you must report it. If you have been a victim of a romance scam, please click the link posted on this video. We're going to put it on this video, and it will take you to links where you can report to do a really good job of reporting. Tracy, are you going to be okay?
Yeah, I'll be fine. I've just been waiting for this. I knew in my heart that it was a scam. There's just been so many red flags.
Right, and even if your common sense is saying one thing, it's so nice to hear those things, even if it's copy and paste. And one more thing I wanted to say in your case, Tracy, is you met on Words with Friends. You weren't looking for romance. You weren't looking for a relationship. No. You maybe weren't even looking for a friend. You just wanted to play a game.
Exactly.
And so this is one of the things that scammers use. A simple free profile. They reach out and chat. Then they find out more about you and they read about you and understand this is a good victim.
Well, I appreciate your help so much.
Greetings. Today is my birthday. I decided that it's not only a new year, but a new beginning. I'm not going to connect with Alex anymore. Everything is beginning to sink in, and now I'm starting to see the truth on so many issues with this relationship. I was leery so many times, but not willing to accept the fact that it was a scam because I wanted so badly for it to be real. My next move is to delete Hangouts. I haven't yet, but I will. That's a hard move to make, but I'm going to do it. He's been sending me messages, but I'm not responding. I'll delete Hangouts soon, one step at a time. Thank you both for your support and insight into this relationship and scam, and the information is enlightening and informative. It is all beginning to sink in, which makes my need to move on easier. Talk with you again soon. Thank you.
Thanks for watching another episode of Scamfish presented by SocialCatfish.com. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. See you next time.
Scams come in so many different forms. If you have been a victim of any of the scams below, please email us at sharemystory@socialcatfish.com. We'll get to the bottom of it with help from our Social Catfish team. By sharing your story with our YouTube audience, we can educate, spread awareness, and maybe someday we can put an end to these scams.